Welcome to the new era of education in Queensland known as ATAR. My name is Peter Coles and I am the Brisbane and Toowoomba Success Manager at A-Team Tuition. The hot topic currently with parents of our students is ATAR, also known as the Australian Tertiary Admission Rank. The change has felt quite rapid and there are a lot of new aspects to the education system, which brings with it confusion and frustration. However, it's not as scary as you may think, and this video will show not only how A-Team Tuition helps with the ATAR system, but provide information to you on what ATAR is and where it comes from. Let's start at the important bit. The calculation of a student's ATAR is quite different to how their OP was calculated. As you can see, ATAR is calculated on the grades the student receives in 4 ATAR or general subjects and 1 certificate equivalent, or 5 ATAR subjects. A student's rank then is solely determined by their grades in the subjects they have chosen. If a student gets a score of 80.00, it means they performed above 80% of the state across all subjects, and furthermore indicates they are in the top 20% as shown in the image. The highest rank a student can receive is 99.95, and there is no distinct selection of subjects which will ensure a student receives this grade. Therefore, encouraging students to choose what they are good at and doing well in those areas is the best way to go. This being said, we will also not be aware of the scaling of any subjects until after the first cohort is through the system. This cohort will not have their subjects scaled. Instead, they will set the scale for the successive cohorts. The scaling will be released according to QCAA in 2020. When compared with OP, however, it's clear to see that ATAR doesn't involve any comparison to the class, cohort to cohort, or school to school. Furthermore, the conception that if a student wants to take all maths and science subjects, that will allow them to get an OP1. OP also included the QCS test to scale students' subject results to find the Z score. ATAR won't include the QCS test, and instead, students' subject results will be scaled based on the current cohort as explained above. From this, it is clear that both systems are quite different. However, without comparison to each other, the cohort or school, ATAR fosters teamwork between students, whereas OP fostered competition. Further differences in the ATAR system is the inclusion of grade 12 end-of-year external exams. These exams include content pertaining to the entire year for each subject. In maths and science, these external exams will be worth 50%. However, in all other subjects, they will be 25%. These external exams can be quite intense and overwhelming for students, but the key is preparing early, which we'll speak about more soon. Students will also have 3 internal assessments per subject spread across the year. Furthermore, years 11 and 12 will be broken into 4 units. Units 1 and 2 are completed usually in grade 11, and units 3 and 4 will be commonly completed in grade 12. However, certain subjects may start unit 3 in grade 11. Units 1 and 2 will be formative, meaning they don't directly affect the student's ATAR, but set them up for units 3 and 4, which are therefore summative and count towards the student's ATAR score. All in all, assessments will still be marked based on knowledge, problem solving, and communication and justification or reasoning. However, the terminology used to describe these aspects will differ. The marking of assessments and assessment structure ATAR is based on comes from an educational model created by an educational researcher called Robert Mazzano. This model was created as an attempt to describe how we learn. So don't worry and let us explain the model and therefore clarify why the assessment is structured this way and what the education system is hoping to gain from it. Looking at the model, you can see it has 6 levels called the levels of processing. These levels are then broken into 3 systems. Let's start with system 1, the self-belief system. This system is important as the first step in ensuring students are successful at school. It involves ensuring students are motivated and engaged in learning the content and being at school. Without this, the other levels of the model are hard to progress to. System 2 is a metacognitive system, which is pretty much a fancy word meaning thinking about thinking. This system involves using techniques and strategies to ensure we can target the self-belief appropriately to address the content provided and therefore maximize the student's ability to process information. Lastly, levels 1 to 4 fall into the third system called the cognitive system. This system is when content and curriculum come into play, and finally where our students think. The 4 levels start at retrieval, the student's ability to sit in class, listen to content, and take the information in. It then progresses to level 3, where the students are required to comprehend that information. From this comprehension, the student processes the information further by analysing it holistically and into its individual components before the final level is reached of knowledge utilisation. This is where the student can use the processed knowledge in different ways and bridge concepts together. It's important to note, however, that this comes full circle. So with understanding the knowledge fully, students should then be able to retrieve or recall this knowledge easier, thus helping them in the end-of-year assessments included in the ATAR system. Next, as you can see, the depth of the model indicates the domains of knowledge. This is essentially how we categorise knowledge into its different domains and therefore process it accordingly. For instance, if we take the knowledge of flying a plane, the pilot must know physically how to fly the plane, mentally how to scan effectively and interpret instrument panels, as well as having the information necessary to understand what he was looking for and of certain physics concepts. Knowing, understanding and using this knowledge then is determined by how the pilot processes that across the 6 levels spoken about previously, clearly showing how the levels of processing and domains of knowledge interact. So, what does this mean for you and your child? The table shown identifies how each of the 6 levels is represented in the current school system, as well as how the ATAR model addresses the levels. As we can see, in the first level of self-belief, schools do address this through leadership programs and developing school culture. However, it's at a large organisational level and therefore student engagement is up to the individual's keenness to participate. This makes it quite hard for schools to address the self-belief for each student. The ATAR model has a large focus on mentoring in the program, and this addresses self-belief at that one-on-one level and ensures students have the belief to succeed, a huge step in keeping students engaged at both school and home. For the 5th level, metacognitive processes, this is largely untapped by schools. Some schools have started incorporating it, however, not many schools help kids develop study techniques that are effective individually for themselves. A-Team has always focused on those individual techniques for our students that help them to improve, be organised and push themselves. Recently, we have released our Creating an A Student program, which teaches students the 9 core secrets of high achieving students in a course-like style to give every student the skills to succeed. And finally, levels 1 to 4 are well addressed by the school system, with countless people involved in the editing and creating of the school curriculum. And A-Team tuitions supplement this content through the presence of tutoring and helping students use levels 6 and 5 to address the content that works best for them. From this, it's easy to see how A-Team helps address the new taxonomy that ATAR is based on, and therefore how we can supplement the current school system in helping our students be as prepared as possible, even with the change of system. I hope this has shown that ATAR isn't too scary and it's backed on an educational model that has more depth than the current model available, just a bit different, and that there is help out there. For more information or to find a tutor near you, please visit our website or call the number above, and together, let's tackle ATAR.